for me sometimes.
You get it quicker than me. It says we're live now, but I'm looking at my other screen and it's not saying anything like we're live. So I don't know. Did you see it?
Yep.
Oh, we're live. Boom.
Live.
Okay.
We're live.
Do you get a delay on yours?
Yeah. There's always like a 5 second delay.
Oh, okay. I think mine's more like 20 seconds. Yeah,
20.
I
Mine
think
isn't
so.
that bad.
I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. But anyway, we'll get this show on the road. I'm sure we don't have anybody in the chat yet, but I'll say hi to everybody ahead of time. And we're going to be talking about the provincials and then which I know a lot of because I was there. And then we'll talk about the Mac tournament. And we'll redo it again too when Dakota is able to hop on.
Yeah, we'll
He
get
has
his
firsthand knowledge,
prediction,
right?
Tom's predictions, what his view on
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
yeah, for sure. For sure. And then I'm pretty sure Sean's gonna hop on here. So
Yeah, Sean Crothers. Crother.
yep. And then I can start off by saying Provincials was pretty good. It was a pretty nice day. I was a little disappointed at the turnout though. The turnout was really poor in my mind. For how many people I thought were gonna be there. It was
That's fair.
I think it could have
Yeah.
been bigger. I think it could have been bigger. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll say personally for me, it was I just couldn't do it right now type of thing.
Well, and I think that was a lot of people. I mean, right now, people, it's hard. Travel, money, everything else, the cost of things. I mean, I know that's a big issue, right? Because basically, an event like that, I mean, you almost have to save like $1,000 because you got to get a hotel, you got a transportation, food, everything. I mean, it is costly, right?
It can get up there, especially if you're staying the night before. I want to get a good rest. You want to do good and stuff.
Well,
100%.
that's just it, right? I pulled horribly, talking about myself. I knew I was reffing all day, so I was like, oh, I need extra energy. So I've been taking these vitamins. Have you ever heard of B100? Anyway, it promotes red blood cells and all this other stuff, and it gives you energy,
Okay.
right? It gives you
Gotcha.
energy. But because of all the extra red blood cells, you blow up retardedly fast.
Oh, you pump.
Yeah. Oh, it was the worst. I've never
Oh
had a pump.
no.
I literally, bro, like I literally walked up. I felt like no one was going to beat me. The first guy, I just grabbed him and flashed, just ripped him to the pad. I didn't even feel him. Went back to the table. My hand exploded. Exploded. I thought I was having an allergic reaction. I didn't know what was going on. Yeah, it was really bad.
Holy
And
shit.
then I got Lee Germain, and he felt so strong this year too. Like I
He
pulled
looks
him back
strong.
in mayhem, and I didn't feel what I felt this time. So part of it was my hand blowing up. So we get going. I hit into him, right? I get him a little bit to my A side, and I wanted to jump in, but I just didn't have him low enough. It was just like right about here. And my hand, I couldn't get any purchase. And I didn't, that's when I started realizing what was going on. So anyway, he slipped. Well, we slipped, but I felt him kind of, you know what I mean, just say screw it and go to the straps. We get to the straps. I line up. When they strapped us, I went to grab my thumb. I was missing my thumb. I couldn't even reach my thumb.
Oh
And it
man.
wasn't him. No, he was really nice. He actually opened his hand for me and let me
It was
try to
that
get.
blown up you couldn't coordinate.
Nope, I couldn't coordinate, and I couldn't. I was so blown up that I couldn't even reach my thumb. And
Holy
it
shit.
was it. I swear, it was the worst. I panicked. I panicked. I was like, oh no, because you know me, I'm pretty hand dominant. Like I
Yeah.
need my hand. Yeah. So I panicked right away. And then, oh, it was so horrible because I fought still and I didn't want to get pinned. And I just used all lat to just drag with my wrist. My wrist was like cranked around because I had no purchase. I couldn't get a plank or anything because my fingers, I couldn't get it around anything on his hand. And oh, it was ugly. I was grimacing in pain. It was like it hurt so bad, but I still tried. And then the guy that I flashed that I didn't feel at all beat me the next round because I couldn't close my hand again.
You're like,
Yeah. Oh yeah, he just took advantage and I was trying to slip. I was trying to do everything, but my hand was so blown up. He just grabbed onto my fingers like this and pinned me. It was horrible. It was the worst performance ever. But it was a really good day still, actually. There was awesome matches. I seen some of the best pulling. And Lee, he went on to pull like a madman. The guy pulled in like 3 classes. I'm telling
Holy
you that
shit.
he's got heart, man, and he's strong too.
I was gonna say when I was watching it, I noticed he was pulling a lot. I thought it was the same division. I'm like, there's a lot of people
No,
in this division.
no, man, he pulled like a madman. And tell you the truth, I think I still can beat him. It's fresh from fresh. I think I beat him, but I can't have none of that pump shit. I need all my hand and I need everything because his hand's pretty good. So anyway, that was my day. So it was horrible. And not only that, I had it in my head because I ref, right? And when I'm refing, I just can't get into that. I can't get fired up. I just can't get that into that zone, right? So I think I'm gonna take a little break. I don't think I'm gonna be refing much. I might do Iron Core League this year for those guys. And then other than that, I'm gonna take a little I'm gonna start focusing on my arm wrestling because
Hey man, that's how you do it, right?
yeah, because I'm so strong and like I'm not bragging, but I mean outside of competition, I'm always so strong. People have such a hard time with me. My numbers are going up, but then I perform like that. Like, you know what I mean? It just feels like it's all
So,
so big
how
league.
often are you practicing your setup too, right? Because the setup's a lot.
Yeah, setup's huge. And actually, I started practicing it just recently. So I'm actually going to start focusing more on the
Because if they're
setup.
really good at getting their setup and you kind of don't know what you're doing,
Yeah.
it, it might go to them nine times
Oh,
out of 10.
yeah. And then that way I don't panic too, right? Because I mean,
Yeah,
when
because once
things
you
don't
start
go
to,
my way, yeah, yeah. Because I mean, I've never had to pull without my hand before. So,
it's not
and I,
fun.
yeah, and I just outright panicked. Like I totally panicked. I pulled like I didn't know how to arm wrestle at
Well,
all.
the thing is, most people don't know what to do, and there's not much you can do, is the truth. You got like one or two options, and by
Flop.
choosing one option, you're leaving a giant hole somewhere else. So you better double
Yeah.
down. Whatever you do, choose double down.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what I
Well,
do. I just double
I
down
could
on
have I could
one
have
thing.
high posted without my hand, but the problem is Lee is so strong. His hand's so good that I can't do that, right?
You can almost just post through the wrist almost.
Yeah. Well, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I did try that. It didn't
Yeah, that's kind of all you
fail.
could try
That
at
failed
that
on me.
point.
Yeah, that failed on me. Yeah, that's what I tried to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and before I know it, he had my hand bent right around, right? So, because he had all the purchase on my hand, I had no purchase on him. So,
So like, what can I do? But try to get arm
yeah,
connection and just try to
yeah,
roll through the wrist. But
yeah. But there was some awesome matches, man. Like you know what? Fraser Benoit pulled multiple classes, and I'll give him some credit. He pulled his heart out. He got into wars and everything. So it was pretty crazy. It was kind of weird. He pulled up a class to pull in Victor's class. I thought that was a little suspect, like suspicious, but he still pulled. He pulled really good, and I give him credit.
he's good. He's definitely
Oh,
good.
he's definitely good. Yeah. But I wanted to see him and Eugene go at it, is what I wanted.
That's fair.
But he jumped a class and went up a class and pulled in Victor's weight class.
I'll tell you what though, if anyone wants to get better quick and you have like access to like sleep and food,
Yeah.
train extra or pull extra, pull up a class, pull
Yeah.
both hands, just pull as much as you can. The
Well,
more you
yeah.
pull, the better you get.
Well, that's just it, right? I mean, you always want to be challenging yourself. You don't want to,
Especially going up in weight, because usually, well, not 9 times out of 10, when you go up in weight, the frames get bigger. Pretty
yeah.
much every increment, the frames are getting bigger on average. Well, they do on average for sure. It's just that's why it's most of the time. You'll get
Yeah.
the some guys that are really small, that are compact,
Yeah.
or you yourself are a really big guy for your weight. So you got to
Mhm.
maybe go up a couple to meet the frame. But once you meet a
Yeah.
guy with a frame bigger, your size or bigger, you start to
Yeah.
want to do things different because it's a little more. You're hesitant to do things as much.
Well, I'm going to start pulling a little smarter and not relying on my power because I have a tendency to rely on my strength, right? Because I sometimes I can just brute force, and I think I'm gonna really start pulling a little different, a little more smart, and that way I don't blow up and diminish so quickly
How
because
often do you go to the practice there in Calgary?
twice a week. Well, I have to open up a lot of the times, right? Because sometimes Ronnie lives on the other side of town, and I'm like 5 minutes away, so I can't even escape it. I
I
gotta
mean, it's
go.
fair. It's fair.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then it's hard because I want to go to Red Deer and practice, but it's been hard on me lately because everything's been so scheduled for me
Yeah.
that like when I find out the day before, like I'm pretty much planned every day a week in advance usually, right? So it's been really tough for me to get to practice, and in Red Deer I like it because I can test myself, right? Because there's a lot of guys there that can definitely either, they're either better than me or they're, or similar, right?
And that's why
So,
you go to provincials, is to find the guys like that are
yep.
like minded and like
Yep.
trained.
Well, that's
That's
just
how
it.
you
You
do it.
don't really know. Sometimes we forget where we don't know where we are in the province. Like we don't know, and it's a good indicator. Going to provincials is a good indicator on where you are and how you perform. It's kind of sets the tone for the following year on how you train, your goals, all that kind of stuff, right? So, I mean, provincials is a good measurement of where you are and where you need to shoot for, right? So,
I agree. I agree.
yeah. The Leeches, they pulled in the same class. That
Yep.
was that was exciting. Yeah. They and they pulled, they didn't lay down to each other in the end. They pulled. I thought that was awesome.
That's the way to
There's
do it, man.
Well, there's something about this laying down thing that's not sitting well with people. I know I'm Mr. Drama, but the thing is that it's disrespectful in some senses, right? I mean, you can manipulate the bracket by laying down
I
to
the
other
only
people.
time laying down is appropriate is when the lesser lays down for the greater. If you're a better puller and the other guy doesn't want to ruin his chances at second place or doesn't want his arm blown off, that
Mhm.
makes sense. Conceding to a stronger wrestler, I can understand that in a tournament. If you know they're just gonna smoke you, like if someone's in the
Yeah.
220 and they're just going into pro and now they got to pull Hugh and they actually want to get some good pulls in, they don't want to drive
Yeah,
100% just get
but
ripped.
I'm not talking about really
Well,
that
that's what I'm
though.
saying. I think that's when
Yeah.
it's acceptable. But when
Yeah.
when it's the opposite, when the better puller concedes to the lesser puller, I don't know.
Or if
That
they're
changes
close,
things up.
or even if they're close and they don't want to tire each
Yeah,
other out.
I think
I
you
mean,
should just pull.
I think so. I think so. I think that in some ways it diminishes things. For one, it's not really fair to the other guys competing, right? Because brackets. How many brackets have you had where you got a bad bracket, you get one of the top guys in the first or second round, and you have a war, and now like your arm's done, right? Now everyone else gains an advantage to that, right? Now you get two guys that are pretty equal, that would be a war, right? And now one of them just lays down to the other guy, like just in his planned. To me, it's not fair to the rest of the bracket, right?
Well, to me, honestly, it comes to a point of what are you doing at this point? You came here to arm wrestle. You're walking up to the table to arm wrestle, and then you just don't
Yeah,
arm wrestle.
yeah,
Just arm
yeah.
wrestle. Come on. I don't see it as a big deal though. I'm not gonna like get mad at somebody if they
It's not
do
a big
concede.
deal, but I've
It's just like,
people
come on, just
talk.
arm wrestle. Come on. You're there to arm wrestle. People want to see arm wrestling. They don't want to see people like you're at practice just shaking hands. Come on.
Yeah,
Again, though,
well,
it doesn't make me upset or anything. Just I personally would just pull. I had a super match with a freaking teammate.
yeah. Well, I mean, you pull all year, right? So especially provincials comes, you know what? Let's see what you're made of, right?
Yeah, like people want to see a pull. It's more
Yeah.
of like to me, it's more like a come on, you come on, people want to see this,
Well,
you
this
know?
is another thing too. Now all these events are starting to be live streamed, right? And we got fans and we got people that are wanting to see these
Exactly. I want to
matches.
see I want to see the best guy walk up
Yeah.
and smash through everybody. I don't want to see the best guy go up and concede to someone at some point.
Yeah.
Come
Yeah.
on. That's what I
And
mean.
that's
Like I
just
can
it.
understand if you're the lesser and it's like, okay, he's gonna hurt him. Like there's a possibility of him actually getting injured here. I can
Yeah.
understand conceding to a guy who might hurt you. Totally, totally understandable because you're taking your own
Mhm.
safety at that point. When it's the opposite, there's nothing to do with safety. What are you doing? Like, come on, pull him.
Well, I mean, hey, I've had to pull Josh Bellin, and I know he's just gonna rip through. It's
See, if you
painful.
were to concede to Josh Bellin, I'd understand because it's like he could hurt you.
Well, the
But if you
thing
were to
is
concede to
no,
me,
no, you know what I recommend? I tried. He let me hit, I hit into him and
I
everything.
mean, I
Yeah.
still go. I like a challenge, but I
Yeah.
wouldn't judge somebody if they're
But
scared type of
but
thing.
if you're going up against somebody like that, just keep yourself in a safe position
Yeah,
and try. And then you know what? If you get pinned, you get pinned. Who cares? I mean,
yeah. I live by that too, 100%. I'll pull anybody. I don't care how big they are,
mm,
how small they are. I'll pull you. It's
mm,
just, yeah. I won't judge somebody if, like, if I had to pull Josh Bellin if I went to opens and he was sitting there and he was like really gonna go,
Yeah,
I'd be
yeah,
like, I'm gonna concede this one,
yeah.
and I wouldn't judge me.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah.
then again, why'd I enter opens if I didn't want to pull those
That's
guys
right.
though?
But
It's
that's true too.
maybe I specifically was hoping to pull one guy just to make a point, right? I'm just like,
Yeah.
I just want to pull this one guy and make a point that I can beat him. But I can't beat Josh. Like I could that I don't know. The other way
Oh,
just hits me
I think
weird,
I
but
sent,
you know,
sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. I think I
I no
sent
problem.
Sean the wrong email again.
Oh,
Oh. I'm laughing because I've been sitting here going, "Where's Sean?" But I sent them the one that popped up, and
oh
then
no, last
and
time
it
too.
probably saved the bad one. So what I'm gonna do is bring it up again and see if I can make sure I get the right one. And I've talked to him enough now that I kind of, oh yeah, because he had a weird thing in it, an underline. Okay, I got to go way back. I'm sorry, everyone
No, no
who's
problem, no
watching.
problem. But yeah,
Oh yeah.
it's I think it's the whole it makes it interesting, that interesting factor, right? I
Oh
like when it's
yeah.
interesting. And when someone's pulling up and they're weaker, it's cool when they don't concede. It's very interesting. But it's just so weird if the other guy concedes because like, come on.
Yeah.
Especially if
Oh,
they're coming up to that weight to pull. Let's pull. Again,
no, I
but who knows why? Like I said, it could have been that maybe that guy wanted to prove a point to someone in that division, and because he's a team, he's like concede so I can pull this guy because I really want to prove something to him. I mean, I can understand that if Austin or someone from our team, I mean, Austin's in my weight category, so I mentioned him, very close to it. Ask me,
yeah.
hey man, would you concede this match so I can face this guy, and
Wow.
then I'd be like left arm maybe, but right arm I
Wow.
don't know. I wouldn't want to right arm, but left arm
I,
I would. I'd be like, okay, sure, let's make it interesting, but
okay, I think I sent Sean the right one now.
okay, perfect, perfect.
I was
But
stressing. I'm like, oh, it's got to be a weird thing. So I got this weird underscore thing. It was like, oh shit. But no, listen, I get it, right? But I'm just saying, now that we're starting to get into streams, we're starting to get into this and
yeah,
that. I mean,
people want to
you know,
see these matches, man.
and we don't
People want
want,
to
and
see.
another thing is I just don't like because you're at a pro level and there's a lot on the line for some guys. I mean,
Yeah.
I might count on you and Austin having a war.
Well, let's
You know
say,
what I'm
yeah. What if
saying?
they did pull, and what if he caught him low, and then bang, they drained each other out,
Oh,
right?
but that'd be fair to me then,
It'd be
because
fair
maybe
to
I
well
had a
that
war too, and I'm hoping
that's
you guys have
kind
a
of
war.
what I'm getting at. Like, if you, what
Yeah,
are you doing? Like, you came to arm wrestle. Come on.
yeah, yeah.
Are
No,
you allowed to concede? Well, the thing is, they can't say you can't. That's something like you can walk up and just, you know what I mean. No one can
well,
say
actually,
you can't.
we are looking in the qualifiers this year. We are looking to add a rule,
You can't concede.
and the reason is because you're trying to get a spot on the big show, right?
Yeah.
So we're not going to be allowing some people just to do that, lay down or
I
anything.
think that's a good solid
Yeah,
like
it's televised. It's going to be streamed, like so semi-televised. And then not only that, like these people, they're putting their heart and soul into getting a place so they can go and maybe become a East versus West star one day, right?
exactly
So I don't, I'm pretty sure we're going to put in some kind of rule, and it will be a
stipulation.
disqualification. So something's coming for sure. Hey,
There he
Sean,
is.
Yeah, how's it going?
I sent the wrong email again.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, I know. I
All
know.
good, man.
How's your arms feeling?
Not too bad. I actually just got out of a massage. So
Oh,
we're feeling
nice.
pretty good.
Was it a full deal or what? No.
Oh, just 90-minute fucking normal massage.
Hey,
Right on. Right on. Yeah, so were you happy with the outcome and Mac?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that whole experience.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, well, I didn't get a chance. I was so busy reffing, I couldn't even watch, bro. I ended up having to watch after.
All good, all good.
But I ordered it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah,
I had
and
a great time
you looked
watching.
good. Yeah. You looked really good on the right, man. Crazy.
Yeah, it worked out really good. Training went awesome. Everything lined up perfect on the right.
Yeah, you looked like really strong. You looked really strong. Now his left is something. Hey?
His left is definitely a lot more than his right. Because
Yeah.
my left and right are somewhat close. My right is definitely better. But yeah, no, there wasn't much I could do with him on the left.
You're
Maybe if
doing
I
good.
dove into the flop right away, I could have tired him out enough. But
Mm, mm.
I didn't even really slow him down in the first, second round, so I didn't really tire him out at all. So
That's what
by the
your
time
plan
I got
was.
into the flop in the round three, he had enough to pull through and get to the right position and use that pad to his advantage. And I basically just kind of just pushed and just held on.
Yeah. Well, you talked a good game. I was into it. That was awesome. Yeah, yeah. I gotta learn from you. I'm gonna take some tips. Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
I actually got almost a little too fired up there a couple times.
Yeah.
Like I was ready to like let's step aside from the table for a second here.
Yeah, your adrenaline was really going.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I love that though. That's what I
But
love
Jason's a
watching you
great
play.
guy. I have no
Yeah.
fucking no hard feelings, nothing. Everything was great between us. As
Oh
soon as the
yeah.
match was over, we're laughing and telling jokes and stuff. But in the match, it got pretty intense a couple times.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's probably going, "Who's this guy?" Yeah, Jekyll and
Well,
Hyde.
no, we pulled before, so he knew what I was about. He's seen me compete. He knew I was kind of crazy.
Yeah, yeah. Kinda. That's an understatement. Yeah, yeah. Oh, right on. Yeah, we were only covering provincials so far. And we were just talking about some of the matches that happened there. And it was good. It was good. And I ended up getting that Spirit Award. I was really happy about that.
Awesome,
Yeah.
very much deserved.
Oh, buddy, it makes it more even makes me want to do even more. So I mean, it doesn't change anything. I'm gonna keep doing as much as I can. So yeah, no, it was good. Yeah, no, there was lots of wars there too. I was just telling Zach that about uh, don't always try to get an edge. I took this vitamin, double doses vitamin to get an edge, and my hand blew up in one pin. So
Oh shit.
yeah, it was karma. It was karma. Well, because I was reffing the whole day again. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna need
Yeah, it's
energy.
never a good idea.
Yeah, I said I'm gonna need energy. So I took this vitamin B100, this ultra strength. I took two of them, but it gives you energy, but it increases your red blood count by like triple.
Oh,
So I wasn't thinking about the pump. I just crushed the first guy like he was nothing. I didn't even feel him. And I went back to the table and my hand, I thought I had allergic reaction. I thought
oh
honestly,
shit.
yeah, I
That
almost,
bad,
yeah,
eh?
it was really bad. Like I've never had, I couldn't even touch my hand. I couldn't even feel it. And I got a pretty thick hand. It was like retarded. I looked like a mutant. Yeah, my hand, it looked pretty weird. Yeah. So anyway, lesson learned, right? And another thing is no more reffing and competing. I'm not doing that
That's a
anymore.
good idea.
Yeah, I'm gonna start focusing on a little bit more on arm wrestling right now. And the reffing, I'm gonna keep it. I'm probably just gonna ref Iron Core League. And then other than that,
Okay.
I'm gonna take a break.
You're the official head rep for that now, aren't you?
Yeah, as far as I know, yeah. Yeah. And I mean I'm proud of that too. I love Lethbridge. So um yeah, no, so I'll focus all my energy on reffing their events. And then I got a big match I got to think about now. So and I can't be having blow ups in my hand and I
No.
can't be screwing up there. So I'm taking it pretty
Oh,
serious.
you're gonna need everything you got, Chuck Young.
Oh, everything. Yeah.
Destroyer.
Yeah, I started today. My training started today. So today
I'm
was
gonna
I
wait a
actually
bit for
eased
mine,
in.
probably till like the beginning of July.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I eased into it today. I had a little bit of because I was pulling with my hand twisted around twice there on the weekend. So I had to go a little easy today on the weight, but I got a whole routine in and it's
How's
gonna
your
go
back
good.
doing?
What's that?
How's your back doing, Breck Ellis?
You know what? It's okay. Yeah. It's healing. I can still tell, like I could tell that it was a little sore after I competed, but it was nothing.
Yeah,
Like yeah,
nice.
it's actually it is finally coming along. So
Awesome.
yeah, it is awesome because that's where my bread and butter, that's why it's hurt all the time, I think.
Yeah,
But
push it too much.
yeah,
Don't
I
let it
do.
heal.
Yeah, I don't let it heal. Well, the thing is, it starts feeling better, and then I compete, and then I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
it's
look,
almost
you're
better.
probably actually at like 75, 80. Where you're like, oh, the pain's gone. Let's go. Ah, oh shit, I'm at
Yeah,
40 again.
yeah, yeah. 2 months again. Yeah, exactly. I'm rubbing it right now, thinking about it. I'm like, oh, no. No, Ali actually told me about this thing where I just get a ball and because where I'm sore is right here. So I put the
Yep.
ball in here and I squeeze and I kind of
Oh,
just like, move around and it
oh, yeah.
stretches everything out. And I do it for like about 20 minutes every night. And it's been making a world of difference. A
Really?
world, really, yeah, it's really improved. So it's weird, just a little thing. I was going to chiropractic, everything. And then this one little ball technique, my arm's starting to feel better. So
Huh.
yeah, just try anything, I guess, right?
Oh, yeah,
So
definitely. Never know what's
yeah.
going to work.
Yeah. And then another match was Dakota's match. Dakota pulled really good.
You did, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it seemed kind of weird. It was like whoever got the go won.
definitely. They're
Yeah,
both fast. One's trying to go inside, one's trying to go outside.
yeah,
And both fucking strong fucking guys.
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, it was a good match, 3-2. So
Yeah, I
Yep,
feel
both
like
baggers.
Dakota made all the right decisions and really didn't make any mistakes. He did a really good job. It
Yep,
was just
it was all just who got the jump first.
it
yeah.
was whoever could, yeah, whoever got their muscles activated first kind of took the
Yep.
dictated everything.
Yeah, because they were all quick pins, right?
Oh yeah.
There was no real
If you listened, I think it was Evan Burgoyne when he was
I did.
commentating. There was one spot where he's like, actually, I don't think that was an early start. He timed it perfectly. That was actually a late go on the ref.
That was a
Yeah.
late go.
Yeah, yeah.
I
So
love
Because he
it.
did it. Like if you watch it, he like timed the cadence perfectly from the previous matches, but the ref just had like that extra quarter to a half second pause, just which is good. It just throws things up. It keeps you on your toes. But it's for the guys that really like to use the cadence and know exactly when the guy's going to hit goes behind it.
yeah.
It fucks with you.
It totally does. It totally does. I was noticing who was it? Terry this week was changing his go a few times at Provincials.
Yeah.
So it'd be like some would be ready go and some would be ready go. And it was like
Yep.
that throws me off because
I don't like it. I
don't like it either.
I like it to be if it's that grip. Go. Or if it's not, I don't know. I like consistent goes, man. I'm not saying they have to be. I'm saying
No,
I like it when
they
it's
definitely
consistent.
don't have to be, and refs can if they want
Yeah,
to
refs
fuck
can do what they
around and
want.
they can do what they want. Yeah. It sucks though. It does suck. But I'm pretty, you know what? Tell you the truth, I actually am pretty scripted. I'm usually ready to go. That's it.
I think that's better, like I was saying. I think it makes more sense too, right?
For me, it's easier for me as a ref too, because I don't want to be in there when they're pulling. Like I want to be ready to go and get the hell out of there, right?
Well, what did you think about Devin's idea a couple years ago or last year, where he said both people click a button on the peg, and then there's a light that
If they're happy
when
with
it turns
their grip.
green, it's
But it's just
randomly, yeah.
I think it's over. I think it sounds simple enough, but I think it over. It's
Think of the
Complicated.
people.
like
think of the people like that need to have everything to feel good.
that's right.
They're just never going to hit
click
the
it.
button.
No,
Yeah.
no, and it's like an over-engineered car too, right?
Yeah, I guess there's electronics involved. What if it malfunctions? And
Well, I mean, an over-engineered car, you end up with so many problems, right? Because now you got sensors on sensors, and you know what I mean. And if all of a sudden, to meet all the criteria to hit a ready button,
it's just trying to find I don't think we're ever because you're competing. You're never gonna find a middle ground where both people are happy ever. And if you are, it's more because they both just want to get the match started than anything. They don't want to get their hand blown up or something. They're like, it's better for me just to go here than to sit here and blow my hand up type of thing. But I think everyone wants to have a good grip, but you can't both have a good grip, right?
No, you never get everything you want, right?
Or if you do, the other guy doesn't.
But I mean, I've seen out of all the matches I've been watching the last month, my theory with the buckle, I promise you, that's what it is with the buckle, 100%.
That makes sense.
100%. And I don't care what people say. Hutchings says, "Oh, I've done it, and it's even between the buckle and not the buckle." I'm like, not from what I see. Not in super match format.
What's your theory? Just that the buckle plays different, or what?
It's basically just webbing, right? It's webbing because the problem is you can get the webbing right, but the guy with the buckle on, okay, after he tightens it, his hand's always going to get pushed down. So he's going to have to try to nudge back up to keep his webbing. And if you have the buckle and your webbing goes down even just a tiny bit, When the guy without the buckle drives up, especially if he's top rolling, it's so much quicker and easier because the buckle restricts the other guy for the guy without the buckle to come up over the webbing and be able to roll over. I mean, I've
But
been watching it and it's
yeah,
like
that
almost
only
like,
that only matters when someone has a lever disadvantage though, because if they have the same lever, it shouldn't make a big difference. But if
I
one
don't
guy has a
know.
much different lever, it can make a
Yeah. But
huge difference.
yeah, but I've been seeing it even with the posting top roll style. Even if the guy's lever's not as much, as soon as he
Is
shoots
when he
shoots
shoots. Okay,
upwards,
so the posting.
yeah, you can actually see it that he
Well,
gets
yeah,
that.
because I mean, you're tightening. Everything is rotating this way when you tighten, and
Yeah.
so it is being tightened like this.
What do you
There
think, Sean?
definitely does seem to be something to do with it, but I don't know if it's so much that. Like that, it could be, but for like the people that really know what they're doing, they're going to counteract that. Like I can tell you from
Yeah.
personal experience, them pulling down, I can actually get an advantage while they're doing that. I'm not going to say it.
Yeah.
Uh, there are things that you can do to actually use that to your advantage.
Oh yeah, I agree.
But
It's always a rock paper
even
scissors.
just simply as long as you're pushing up when they're pulling down,
Mhm.
that can just counteract it.
Yep, counteract you losing that. Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
But I
So
also
there's also other things that I think from that position of the table,
Mhm.
not so much the position of the buckle.
Yeah, that too.
Because
I know
when the head ref is putting the straps on, he's got your wrist and everything facing him.
Mhm.
So he can see everything a lot more clearly than the other guy's hand.
Yeah.
So the other guy's hand, he's going to be able to get away with a lot more when the down rep is just focusing on a couple things and the head rep is staring right there at the wrist, everything.
Oh, I agree.
You're going to be able to get way more of an advantage as the other guy without the buckle than you are the guy with the buckle.
Yeah.
But I think the buckle I think the buckle also plays a factor on the hand because even driving upwards, right? Like the buckle, I can if it's really tight, I almost feel like the buckle obstructs my ability to get my webbing back.
I would agree with those like metal D rings, like the double ring.
Oh yeah,
buckles. Yep. Those because those really dig into your hand, and if you're trying to go for something, the pain can cause you to just not want to go any harder.
Yeah.
But if it's a good plastic or like a really solid, like traditional loop through buckle,
yeah,
I actually find it can be more of a pain in the ass when it's on the other guy and too high. Then it's in the way of my fingers.
I was gonna say, as an inside puller,
yep.
if you're trying to get a lot of purchase,
yep.
especially if you're a longer finger guy and inside puller, you're gonna be on the buckle and it's gonna be hurting, and you're not gonna get any leverage.
Well, see, that was the exception I was gonna say, right? But I mean, if you got two posting top rollers,
like I'll tell you one thing without saying too much. If someone does try to do what you're saying and try to like rotate up like this, you can kind of shoot forward like this and kind of
gain
your own kind of advantage in a different way by making separation, right?
Yeah.
So while he's trying to get up and in, you're making that separation, so he's going to roll more into your hand, so kind of negates what he's trying to get, right?
Yep. No, I agree. It's not a big deal, really, because I mean, I'm aware of it, so I'm going to be working everything to my favor if I don't have the buckle, right? Or if I have the buckle, I mean. So, I mean, yeah, I get it. But I do see, like, I can't point out a lot as much of a disadvantage without the buckle than I can with the buckle. Like, that's all.
If I had to choose, I'd have
another disadvantage to having the buckle, but it's more the side of the table you're on, is when you're in this position, you'll tend to have to square your shoulders more again from the head rep. But especially for those guys that like to look at the rep, you have to turn way more to see them. Whereas when you got the buckle on, buddy's hand, just turn that direction and just still see the rep. You're in a more natural position.
Going. Yeah, you're pointing that way. Yeah. And just staring at the ref too. I noticed who pulled a lot better this year was Travis Robertson. He looked a lot. He improved a lot this year. He pulled a lot.
He looked good. This year.
He did. He improved. It showed. I was watching when I could, right? And he improved a lot. And I noticed one thing he's doing now is he's fucking hard staring the ref now. Now when he gets there, he's hard staring him. And I think he was pointing out something that it almost like screws the ref up. Like, I don't know if that was what was really happening, but he was getting the edge and a lot of advantage just by hard staring the ref right in his eyes, right? Yeah, I might try it. It looked like it was working for him, so
I look right here.
If you're gonna stare at the ref, look at his mouth.
yeah, oh yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because then you can try to time the go based off of
Yeah.
kind of lip reading.
Yeah. Well, I'm always, because I'm so slow. Soon as I hear ready, I'm firing.
You starting to engage.
Yeah, I am, and it works out. It works out pretty good for me. Yeah. So
that's the trick. Anyone can beat anyone in speed. You just got to go. You just got to know how long it takes you to react, timing. And just go early.
You got to know how long it takes you to
half
react.
A second to engage your muscles. Go half a second early, I guess.
Yeah.
Hard to time, but
the only ones I have a hard time with is the no loaders sometimes, because when we're both
you don't know where they're going.
Well, the thing is with the load, I can feel if I want to go straight for the pad or if I'm going to be dragging back. A lot of times, if I don't think I can go straight to the pad with somebody, I won't do it because I don't want to throw myself out of position.
You want to compromise your
but if I feel what I want to feel, it's going now, bam, to the pad. But no load, I'm like, my mind starts playing tricks on me. So I've been good with it so far. If I don't feel any load, I'm never going to the pad. I'm always firing. I'm firing back.
Through that.
No, I don't. Because I'm just anticipating lightning quickness.
That's when I don't load, that's what I'm going for, is a really fast activation of all my muscles as fast as I can.
Yeah.
But there's different philosophies, because when your muscles are fully activated, yes, you're going to react slower. But you're better at defending. You do have a base level defense setup. If you're not loading at all, you have no defense setup. So if you go to explode and you miss it or something, you have no defense and you're just gonna get ripped open.
You just get bam. Yeah.
It's kind of sketchy to go no load to start. That's kind of how you know they're going for a quick pin though, because they're really not defending.
Yeah. The second I don't feel any load, it just tells me, okay, I'm gonna be. And actually, you know what? The way I've been pulling, I shouldn't be going for the pad anyway on the go. Really, I should be. Because I always do much better when I get the hand control. When I hit back and I get hand control, I always do better. And usually when I get in trouble is when I go for the pin right off the go and I don't get it. And now I'm in an awkward position or something. And then, you know what I mean? So, yeah, it's interesting. So, Sean, you got any more matches lined up yet this summer?
Nothing is lined up right now, though.
Okay. Well, good to know. Good to know. Are you willing to take a match this summer? Yeah.
Of course.
Okay. Yeah.
Good.
Working on some things. Yeah, too early to say.
You're thinking in Calgary?
Maybe. No, I was thinking in July. Yeah, thinking in July. Maybe Stews, maybe.
Super Slam 2.
Oh, okay.
I'd like to do it. I'd like to do the Super Slam 2. Yeah, it would be an Armfinity Stu Bellick thing. I just haven't had time to talk to Stu.
Is that going to be just local province, or are you going to bring people in?
I might. Yeah, that's why I want to talk to Stu. I think we were talking last year about opening it up and actually bringing some guys from back east down or something.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, it's getting close, right? So it's something that's going to be starting. I'm going to get working on it here pretty soon.
I'm hoping to have a match with someone.
Oh yeah, I always think of you, brother.
No, I'm hoping someone I asked is able to.
Oh, somebody from Edmonton?
Someone from somewhere. I don't want to say anything. Maybe they're not able to, but if they're able to,
is it someone that would be like a really good achievement if you beat him?
Yeah.
Okay.
I might hurt myself, but.
Oh well. If it was
Michael Todd versus Wagner. Have a Michael Todd Wagner scenario.
Oh. Okay. Well, if it's the one I'm thinking about, he's looking better. He's getting sharper and sharper and sharper. So
he's looking a little heavier, but that's fine.
I would do it soon though. Yeah. Yeah, a little heavier, yeah.
That's fine. I don't care. I'm lean.
And then I'm gonna try to, it's been hard. I was just telling Sean that I want to get out to practice. I've been feeling really bad. I've been so busy that like I'm pretty much planning each day out like a week in advance. So it's been hard when a practice.
Good luck planning a Red Deer practice.
Well, no, I know that. But what I'm going to try to do is make a sacrifice or two and get out, because I need to I want to really focus on my table work, and I want to get out with you guys, and I need the strength too, right? So, and actually, you know what? I'm working with Ronnie. You know, Ronnie's a pretty good arm wrestler.
Oh
Really
yeah.
He
blew me
actually
away with how
surprised
much.
me there when I came down to that practice.
Yeah,
Near
yeah.
at the end of practice, I gripped up with him and I was like, "Oh, what?
He's
You're
only
actually
130
fucking
something pounds. Yeah,
yeah."
130 something pounds. Yeah. And I mean, his technique is really, I'm learning his technique is what I'm going to be trying to do right now, because it's, I can see that technique being good for me, because then I wouldn't be so reliant on just smashing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get a little more technical, right? But then I can
Totally.
come test it out in Red Deer, right? And I was saying I'm not going to do any other matches. So I'm just going to be pulling the Destroyer, which is a big enough match anyway.
Just the
But I
destroyer.
was going to I might do a club call out, maybe just as a, like, right in the middle, just to kind of hone my, hone my skills in and see where I really need to work. Because I mean, provincials didn't tell me much. My hand blew up. So after the first round, almost anybody there could have beat me, I think, that day. So yeah. So I can't really gauge it off. I didn't get any gauge from provincials this year. So not
It
making
happens.
excuses for my bad performance, but it was, I learned a lot of stuff about
What
prep,
happened?
and well,
Yeah.
I just made mistakes. And I don't think taking mysterious supplements to try to get Nick. I think I'm not taking any more experiments. Yeah, because it don't work. Well, it could
Beginning
have
of
worked. It
competition.
might have, but yeah, it just didn't work for me, right? Yeah, yeah. Now Josh Bellin, that was a big surprise. Now there was one thing to the rules that I think they changed something in the rules. I wanted to bring it up. I remember when the rules first came out months ago that once two individuals went to straps, they stayed in straps. But I don't remember if one guy asked for straps, you don't get a choice and it has to be straps. That I
Well,
don't
it's because
remember.
that's just because the default, like the default setting is in the straps,
Hmm.
but you can agree to go outside of the straps.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Well, you know what?
but you both have to agree to it. So if you both
Okay.
have a disagreement,
Yeah.
you're going in the straps.
Well, that's why. Well, because watching the match with Josh and Rick, if it stayed at straps, I think Josh would have
If
flashed Rick 3 rounds in a
same
row.
same thing for Dakota, I think.
Yeah, yeah. I think it would have been it would have been lights out. Like, did you see that
Yep.
first round against Rick? I didn't think Rick had a
Yeah.
chance. But and then as
No,
soon as
no,
it
no,
went to straps,
I stood up. I was like, oh, there we go. That's Josh all day.
yeah, yeah.
It looked really good.
But Rick is so experienced, right? Like, we can't
Yeah.
forget he's strong and he's been pulling so long.
So
So, you know what? I think it was good. You know what? It sounds crazy. I wanted Josh to win with everything, but I think it was good for him
oh man,
because
you have no idea what this has done to Josh.
oh yeah, it's gonna light up.
He just kept talking about all the training. He's actually gonna get a gym
You
membership.
imagine? You imagine?
He wants to start coming down to Red Deer.
Oh,
Yes.
He's gonna come train with Matt. He's gonna try to make trips just for that.
that's what I'm
Get him a
talking
show
about.
Fox. Like he is, a fire has been lit in under Josh like there has never been
Oh
lit.
wow! Well, the
Awesome.
whole North
It's
America
actually
better
kind of
watch out.
terrifying to think. Yeah, it's actually kind of terrifying because
I'm telling you.
That means I don't think I'm gonna bother chasing him anymore.
Well, did you know he hardly trains?
God.
He hardly
Well, yeah,
trains.
well, he practices when
Yeah.
he goes to their practices twice a week, but it takes everybody. He's not even leaving practice sore really.
No,
Because
he wouldn't.
just such a
A
giant
monster.
that
Yeah.
that he's even Joe. He's even training with Joe, and
Oh, but
Joe.
Joe'd be nothing for Josh. Just the weight, just the size, the
Joe's pretty
lever.
impressive.
No, Joe's
So
impressive. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that Joe's amazing. I'm just saying Josh needs somebody.
Yeah.
Josh is like a
You know what I
unicorn.
mean? Like
A
him.
mythical
Is
creature.
what he
He's
needs.
also gonna get something that we should actually get done for Matt. It's a really good idea, but he's gonna get a riser built for underneath his training partner's pad. Bring their
Yeah.
hand up.
Bring their hand up, yeah. Because then,
So instead of like
yeah.
what we've tried to do with Matt in the past, like we
Take
get
his
him to
pad
take
off.
his pad away, but then he doesn't get the feel of where the pad is.
Yeah,
You might
because
lose
he's not
form,
feeling it.
Yeah.
Yep.
and then it fucks up his elbow potentially, like going across the holes in the pad where the pad should be.
Yep.
This way, it just raises the other guy's elbow up,
Yep.
and then
It
brings
evens the
their
playing
hand up.
field a
So
lot.
he's going to get something like that made, so he
Smart.
can actually, because it was so awkward for him trying to rise.
Yeah.
I've never
Well,
done
rising
this
from
before.
here.
Usually I go like this, and it's foul. I'm covering their thumb.
He's not used to the lever being the same or bigger. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep. Yep. And see, I was worried about that because Josh always has like a 4-inch advantage in the
It
lever,
was something that he was preparing for, but it's he wasn't able to get that riser built, so he was just trying to kind of do what Matt could do with Matt, and it just wasn't quite the same. Which you'll never really be able to prepare for actually gripping up with a guy until you do. But.
Yeah. Well, see, so basically this is a blessing because you know what? Josh needed this.
Oh,
yeah. Now it lit a fire under his ass. You imagine him training full time and then, taking it that serious. This is what he needed.
I was really hoping he was going to just go maybe not easily, but go through Rick. And then I had a couple ideas for two or three matches after Rick for him that I was going to try to get pushed really hard for.
Yeah, but do you see until he fatigued?
Pardon me?
Oh, sorry. I was just saying, like until Rick, Josh fatigued, he had more arm than Rick all day long.
Oh yeah,
he was taking him back and then re-slam and then taking him back. But I knew he was going to fatigue, right? But anyway, I'm sorry, Sean. Didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, that's good. But I was kind of hoping that if he was going to hit a stall, it was going to be with like a Derek Smith, somebody like right at that elite level that was going to maybe spank him, but he's right. He touched it, like get good right there. I think
honestly, he could in 6 months if this is what he's thinking and it lit a fire in his ass. I think Derek Smith would still be a good match in 6 months. Because
there was like one or two guys in between that I had planned kind of for him.
I think a good match for him would be I know it's weird, but I think Marcio Barboza.
Yeah,
not yet.
I want to see that match.
No. Marcio is so strong though; he would tire him because
Marcio would kill Josh.
Yeah.
One day I want to see it.
Eventually, that could be a good match, but not yet.
Well, Josh just has to get his arm exactly where his hand is, too. Yeah.
Marcio's a really good test man.
Weight training.
Josh, he really, really impressed me.
Oh yeah,
because like I thought, like he said, he's been working on technique and getting more fluid on the table, and you could see it. He was definitely improving. Like he's got a hit now, but he was always kind of the same movement. And I was a little concerned that he was just going to have the one thing, and then if Rick could figure it out, he wasn't going to have anything to fall on. Yeah. That guy can hook.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Rick.
Yeah.
That guy can hook good. Like, he's got an elbow.
Rick's got a really good
pain or anything. Looked like he was in there. Nice.
Yeah.
Rick's got a good hook, and Josh was holding it for, like, I thought he was going to get blown away when it got in there.
So did I.
Yeah, I know.
But, he and the amount of heart he has. He didn't have a quit in him.
Well, when he doesn't get challenged, I talked to him afterwards, and I said, like us guys just got to get a hell of a lot stronger and try to at least give you something, and because it's not fair to you. And he goes, I need more competition for sure. So it's like he wants guys to start leveling up too and giving them competition. So because he must get humbled. I mean, complacent because he just beats us all so easy, right? On the right, it's like it's retarded. Yeah, and then
imagine
up against somebody.
Imagine you're arm wrestling children most of the time.
Well,
but I mean, that's what it's probably like for him. So it's like
no need to push.
Yeah, you need a little more sometimes to actually.
But if he got into a grinder like that 3-4 times a year, what would he be like in 2 years?
Oh God,
I
don't think he'd be getting in the grinders. I think he'd just be.
Well, no, that's just what I'm saying, right?
No, for sure. For sure.
The thing is, he's at that point now where he needs to keep taking bigger matches to develop. like properly.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's got all that frame, all that power ready to go. He just needs to get that lane. It has to find his lanes, you know.
Yep.
He's already got a match lined up. It was already he was already lined up before this. I don't know if it's been announced yet, but it's
okay. Oh yeah, he's got one. He's got one coming up, and yeah, I know where in October at DeVos.
Is it announced?
Yeah, it's announced. He announced it.
Oh, it's announced.
Yeah, it's against Brandon Allen. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Filthy power.
Yeah.
I got my money on Josh. If anyone wants to make a lot of money, wait for that match and bet on Josh Bellin. Put your entire life savings on it. I guarantee you'll be making some money.
Oh yeah, yeah. I got Josh on that match too. I do.
Don't quote me on that though.
I have the money, so put it up into the comments, and I'll.
Oh yeah, I'm not kidding though. It's, I would bet a lot of money on that match.
Yeah.
I got Josh as the heavy favorite on that one.
Yeah.
I don't know about a heavy favorite, but I would.
Well, I watched the Kings move of Brandon Allen because Josh, I don't know if he presses.
That would be an area he's lacking.
Yeah. If Brandon's able to get that Kings move stop, he will fatigue Josh.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, Sean, we have a comment for you. Someone in the comments says Sean sucks. Dakota.
Who is that?
It's Dakota. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, he would be on with us. Well, he can still come on if you're free, Dakota. I can send you an invite. I know he was driving to Edmonton.
Yeah, he's going around doing stuff with his mommy.
Yeah, no, he did say. Yeah. But we figured, I announced it last night when I was talking to Cody. What a nice guy Cody Merritt is, eh?
Super nice guy.
I know. He's like,
I started watching it.
When are you getting them out here?
Yeah, that's just that. Yeah, that's just it, eh? Yeah, I don't know who I could put against him.
Oh, you could even just have a seminar or something.
Well, that could be too.
Or have somebody else brought over from somewhere else.
I'd like to do it in pairs if possible because it's something different, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of nice when you do two guys because then you know what? Even with Sergey and Matt, they're two different guys, but you know what? Some of the stuff
were a lot more similar than I expected.
Yeah, there was some of the stuff was so similar, but it's just the way Matt describes it and teaches us. Sergey does it in a different way, but it's the same fucking thing.
Same application.
Yeah, if you really listen, they're just saying the same shit, but it's just, you know what I mean? Yeah. Matt's got a unique way of telling us. So.
Sometimes it takes people hearing something 4 different ways for them to really understand it.
Yeah, that's true too.
Or seeing it 4 different ways. Sometimes I know for me, it's taken me 17 different ways sometimes.
Yeah, I know
over and over and over and over.
I know that seminar was pretty awesome though. That was like, we don't get it. We're working on it. We got to get another one here soon. Ronald's trying. He's trying hard to get someone in, and but we just have some things right now with the club, so we might be changing locations maybe. So
okay.
Some things have come up. We need our membership's getting too big.
Well, I thought you had that place lined up.
No, there's something weird. I don't know. We don't know. I have all the details, but that might be fun. Yeah, something to do with funding. But we're gonna accommodate. We're gonna get something good. Yeah, we're looking right now. We're shopping around, and if we got to get a spot, we might. Well, we're thinking about actually opening an actual gym, like putting in actual gym equipment, climbing apparatuses, arm
wrestling
side pressure machines. We're gonna have an arm wrestling coach full time too with Sergey, right?
Ooh, yeah.
So but he's not moving until July now, July 13th.
But it takes all that time to set that stuff up anyway, so you got tons of time.
It takes time. It's going to be a slow build and a growth, but eventually what we'd like to do is have a full gym and actually do memberships even outside arm wrestling. Bring in power lifters, bring in strongmen, bring in everything, and then hopefully the arm wrestling rubs off and they start arm wrestling as well. So we might invest a big chunk.
Offer like an 80% off if you can beat Sergey kind of deal.
Yep.
2 years
maybe
free
free,
membership
yeah,
if you can
2
beat
years free, yeah.
Sergey.
Yeah. Yeah, if you can beat, yeah, you get 2 years
Only
free.
costs $1 to try to get a free donation, basically.
No, but we are going to try something, right? And I mean, if we have to do club membership fees, we want to offer the club something. So we're going to be definitely looking at something amazing, like a training facility that people can come and train arm wrestling any time of the day, and they have like they have open access. There'll be a trainer Monday to Friday on site. Like, you know what I mean? Like we want to do something.
I
We want
mean,
something different, never before seen.
it sounds really good, but you're missing like a key kind of detail. You ain't in Red Deer.
Well, that would help. But it goes amazing, right? Who knows? All of a sudden you
I'll
get
run your Red Deer shop. Bring it down.
yeah, maybe, yeah, you never know, right? Growth, right? So
Yeah, Red Deer's not. I don't think a big enough city really for that. Honestly,
well,
it's
you
hard
just
enough for
know.
just like freaking normal fitness clubs here to make any money. I'm imagining.
Oh, well, see, I'm not thinking
At least
about,
Calgary has the population, is what I'm getting at.
yeah, we do, but I'm not really thinking about the profit. I'm
No, no,
thinking,
just to even stay afloat, though. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah. I'm just looking at trying to do something and cover costs,
well, to gives people gives them something like I've never heard of an arm wrestling training gym.
Devin's talked about it, right?
I've heard.
After he went to
I mean, it'd be
TriStar,
great. I've seen
yeah.
personal gym setups.
Well,
Juji Mufu had an arm wrestling spot in his gym.
yeah, Sarah Backman put a table in her gym.
Back Ryan Shaw, his gym's
Yep.
huge. He is one.
Mhm.
What's his face? Michael Todd might have the single biggest private arm wrestling kind of setup. Honestly, have you ever seen like before he started the Monster Factory? His own private setup was a whole warehouse.
I know.
There's tables everywhere, machines everywhere. It was like he said there was like I don't even know, probably like $250,000 of machines. It looked like it was crazy.
Yeah.
So I mean, if something even a slice of that would be awesome
Well,
around here.
you look at it like this. So we got some sponsors coming in that we're like nothing's finalized, but I know that they're there. Like they're serious. So we got some good sponsors coming in. This is something that that we might even be able to get funding from them with, right? Oh, excuse me. If we have a gym and our sponsors and we represent our sponsor, it's free advertising all the time for the sponsor as well. Right?
That's true.
So I mean, we'll have billboards and signs all through the gym of our sponsors. I mean, so basically, we won't have to rely, hopefully, on the athletes paying because you know what, we don't have a lot of money. A lot of arm wrestlers, we don't want to do a fee, but we need support and we want to offer. We don't want it. We definitely want to grow, and we're definitely not shutting down. So we want to do the most we can, right? And with the smallest fee that we'd have to ask from
100%,
from the club. But it's gonna come. I mean, I got big dreams, and Ronald's got big dreams, but right now we just stay realistic and just make sure that we have a facility and then just keep growing and just keep trucking away. And then the events, right? Like right now we got a couple events that we're planning right now that I can probably talk about in the next week or two. But in the come fall, we want to do the league launch, right? So we're going to have a massive event and we're going to ask all of Alberta to come.
Set up the rankings for that league, right?
Yes. We're going to be setting up the rankings and we're going to do our own rankings.
And it'll be tournament rankings are one thing and super match rankings are another.
No. We know what we did. We were talking. Remember, we were talking on the pod there the one day. So what we want to do is we want to do one major tournament, and we're gonna like pretty much ask everybody to come that can. Right? We're gonna set the rankings up. Now, what we're gonna do is all rankings are gonna be determined in super matches. So we're gonna have super match event every other month, 20 super matches. There's gonna be 120 super matches a year. Okay. Now it might not be enough, but that's what we're going to start with and work with. And then after the first year, whatever we need to correct, we'll correct. Now, the way it's going to work is the guy that's let's say under Sean, he would have the right to challenge Sean to a super match, right? But let's say, I mean, he would automatically have that right. But let's say I'm number 7 and Sean's number 3. I don't have a right to challenge Sean to a super match. But if I'm in a tournament, and I beat Sean, if I beat Sean, let's say Sean's tired and I just beat him, I don't get Sean's rank because I don't like that system. It's bullshit, right? But I now have the right to challenge him to a super match because I earned it because I pinned him in a
Because
tournament.
you did get a pin on him.
So
Yeah.
I get to bypass I don't have to be the guy under
That
Sean.
totally makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah,
You're not
and
bypassing the super match at all. You're just
no,
bypassing
no, I've
the contestant of
yeah,
the
I've earned the right to say, hey, I pinned you in the tournament.
even
I
though I'm
didn't get your
7,
rank,
there's a
but
good
I get
chance
a
I'm at that level. Yeah.
And I think, well, because we're trying to see what's fair. And one of the biggest flaws in our ranking system is just that. Sean goes, pulls a war, right? And then, or a couple wars, and then he gets a fresh guy, and then he gets pinned, and now the guy just gets to jump from 15th to third.
And the argument for that I hear from every single person that argues it is, well, the rankings don't mean anything. It's like,
Yeah,
well,
but
then
that's
why are you
why they're
even
saying
inputting
that.
into the conversation?
Yeah,
We're
but that's
people that
why they're
care about the
saying it.
rankings that are having the conversation.
Yeah, yeah. And that's why they're saying the rankings don't mean anything. It's based on that. Because listen, I beat Sean tomorrow after he had 2
Yeah,
wars and I
and
beat him.
it does mean nothing, I guess,
Yeah, yeah,
because
and I get his rank. I can't beat Sean. Like I know fresh for fresh, Sean kills me all day. So you know what I mean? Like that I don't I want to we want to eliminate that. We're talking right now. There might be other changes too, but right now we're trying to find a system that is as close to fair as you can get.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Because we want the rankings to mean something, right? So, I don't know. Like, what do you think, Sean, about this? Like, if I beat you
what's
in a
your input?
tournament instead of
Well, I
taking your
like I
rank?
like that idea actually. I've never heard of that. I really
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, it sounds good. Doesn't it sound more fair? Like,
Oh yeah.
and now you can say, okay, I know I beat that guy all day. Yeah, I was white, man. But you know what? He pinned me. Okay, okay, yeah, let's see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you still got your rank. I got to beat you in a super match.
Yeah,
So
and if the guy does beat you, it's not like you swap ranks. You just go down one,
mhm.
right? They just replace you.
Plus think about when we do it because the super match events are going to be pay-per-view is what we want to do. So we want to make it to the point where people want to see the matches. So imagine I'm watching the live stream on the tournament and I pin Sean. Everyone's like, "Oh my God, Brian's gonna get a fucking super match with Sean." You know what I mean? Like, and it build hype. You can
Uh,
predict it as a fan, right?
There
You
could be
can,
some crazy upsets with that. You could
yeah,
have a guy
crazy,
who's like bottom of the league get lucky and then just
yeah.
show up that day and
Just show
prove
up that
that he's
day, yeah.
actually where,
You never know. I think it makes for hype. It makes for everything, right? And
it,
plus,
I
yeah.
think
And it, hmm?
I think for people that have like true talent too, it gives them a more straight lane at getting up the ranking, right? You don't have to sit there and be like, well, if they say no, I got to sit here for the next 5 years to get up to.
Well, not only that, like being an outsider looking in, are you gonna like with the ranking system we want to achieve? Are you gonna question the rankings as much? Like,
No, I
no, you
wouldn't.
probably think
Anyone
they're
that
pretty
gets pinned
fair.
has to prove it and it will it be 3 to 5 or
Yeah,
will
well,
it be
standard three out
okay,
of
okay.
five, and unless it's
Agreed
like
upon.
we might or we were talking about number one rank clause where it'd be best 4 or 7
Well, yeah, for like for the
for
title,
number
that makes
one
sense.
for
That
one
makes
number
sense. It's
one,
always
yeah,
been like that, I
yeah,
think.
for
So
number one, yeah. But all the
are
other
you
ones
guys
would be
thinking belts or anything for the number one?
we're we might not do belts, but there is something we are working it out. I mean, we want to try to be a little different. Like we don't want to call it a league. We're looking at other avenues. It's going to be a
Okay.
league, right? It's going to be a league, but we just want it to be it's just there. It's an entity. It's part of the Alberta Arm Wrestling. We want to just make it just something forever. So, I don't really want to put, we've had so many leagues, come and go, and you know what I
that's yeah.
mean? I'm thinking, call it something, Western Championship. That's it, or something, or just think of something,
Ranking fights or something. I don't know.
or
Yeah.
something. Yeah, but yeah, and I think it will carry some weight. Now the only thing is, it's going to be for Alberta, but if well, let's say someone from BC wants to compete, if they're going to be coming regularly and they're like, listen, you have this tournament every 2 months, and I'm willing to make the trip to Alberta for a super match, I'm not going to say no. We're
So
probably going to let them in, and they'll be part of the ranking system if they're showing
so
up and they're competing.
that makes sense. So right now, I think it's if you don't compete for 2 years,
18
if you don't
months. I think it's 18 months.
if you don't compete for 18 months, you're off the ranking. So how would it be for that system? Would it be if you don't compete in 6 months or something, just to make it? Because the whole point of it is to make it like a fair,
Yeah,
up to
yeah, yeah,
date system
yeah.
type
And
of
we
thing.
are,
So would it be a lot more? You got
well,
to
we're
compete.
discussing that. We're discussing that. It might be where if you have injury or some kind of personal loss or something, it'd be a year. But if you're healthy and ready and no issues, yeah,
You
like
just don't want to show
you
up.
have to compete at
6
least once
months.
every 6 months.
I
Yeah.
like that, dude, because that way it makes it so that like, because even at 6 months, it's only twice a year, man. What if you're number one?
Yeah. Well, and
That's
this
giving a lot
also
of people
comes in
chances.
this other rule that I was talking about, the laying down rule.
Yeah.
That would probably be part of our thing too.
If you lay down, you can't lay down. It's a
Because we're
loss.
going to be doing pay-per-views and then we're going to be doing live streams for the tournaments. Like I can't be
Yeah, you can't
having
have a
people
pay
just
per
laying
view
down to
freaking.
each other. No, no. Sorry.
Well, how would that work in a super match? Laying down for someone in a
Well,
super
not in a
match?
super match, but in the
Okay,
tournaments,
that'd be
you
so
could definitely
stupid.
get it, right?
Yeah, no, for tournament, yeah, tournament, yeah.
And the tournaments, if these sponsors go through, we want to have this is what's going to be nice. We'll bring in outside talent because we're talking like if the sponsors really come through like we think they're gonna, we might have a $5,000 overall prize. And we
Wow,
might have $500 first place prizes. Like that's what we're
I like
looking at.
that.
We're looking at trying to build it so the tournaments actually pay out. You know what I mean? And it will be the sponsor providing the actual prize money,
I like that. I like
right?
that.
Yeah, that way we're not affected, right? So your entry fees, because you still got to pay. Unfortunately, we have to cover costs. There'll be entry fees for the tournaments, but there'll be some big prize money though.
Guaranteed prizes, not like
Imagine if there's every
you know,
2 months there's a $5,000 overall prize up on the table. You know what I mean?
that'd be crazy.
Like when John Brzezinski and all these guys back in the 90s and the early 2000s, they were traveling around for those big prizes. That's
Yeah,
what they wanted, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So, we can bring in, we might get more we ask, bargain for. We might get some of the top creme de la creme
Well,
that
if you
can
do
do
that,
that.
what you can do is make it not
Bring
just
them.
the overall class, but
Yeah.
all the classes make big money. Each class get $1,000 for the winner.
No, we're not talking. Yeah, no, listen, we're talking about big money for first place in each class for
Okay.
sure. But we're talking about like, let's say we got the sponsors give us $10,000 in prize pool. So
Yeah.
what we do is we split up 5,000 of it throughout the classes, and then we throw up 5,000 for the overall winner, right?
Damn.
Shit
That
like
makes me
that.
cry being such a small guy.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Well, no, well, yeah, no, I know what you mean for the overall. Yeah,
Can we do an overall under like 150? Like overall,
Under
it's the
150.
opposite. Instead of unlimited up, it's
all
unlimited
I
down.
can say is if it grows the way I think it could after a year, I'm saying 2 years, we're probably going to hit some walls and have a hard time the first 2 years. But if it does what I think it's going to do,
Yeah.
what I'm passionate about seeing it do, I think it could be something. Like it could be
Yeah.
something where you can make a small bit of change anyway, just being an arm wrestler if you
And
get it.
I'll sprinkle a little bit of crazy dust into this.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine in 2 years, maybe someone has an Armfinity contract and they're pulling people from all around North America coming up to pull because they're on contract? I don't know,
That could happen. Well,
Just
hey,
saying.
the sky's the limit, right? Sky's the limit, right? I
Sean,
mean,
No
thinking
contract.
crazy.
No contract.
yeah, I don't think so though. Yeah, I don't see contracts. I don't know. Just because we want to put, well, if the prize money's there, I don't
The
think you need
only
a
kind of
contract.
contract that can be beneficial is for a certain match. Single match
I-
Yeah,
contract.
single match.
I don't mean
Yeah.
contract in the sense of you're locked down. I mean contract is you're guaranteed super matches type of thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but
You're
just
like,
being in the league, you're almost guaranteed it if you're pulling good. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
that's fair. That's fair.
In a sense, right?
But
Sorry.
yeah, man, I think Mac went really well. I think Provincials went well as they could have with the like not a crazy show out. But I think Mac 2 is gonna be crazy as well.
Oh yeah. I think he's on to something good. I do. I think that the video the only thing I want him to work on is the production of the stream. That's it.
That could be
It
fair.
just doesn't seem
They're
professional like it should be. Like
maybe some
it
more
probably
cameras.
looks more professional there than it does on the stream. Do
Yeah,
you
maybe a
understand what I'm
couple
saying?
more angles. There's a couple times where it's like, ooh, if they would have had just like an overhead angle or like a different angle, it would have looked better type of thing.
Well, I think what you should do is have, I mean, I'm no one to judge. He did a great job. I'm not even
Oh,
saying I
geez.
could
No, yeah,
even
yeah,
do
yeah.
what he did. So I'm not criticizing him. So I think he did great.
No, no, no.
But if you could have the commentators and in a booth and have a camera on them and have a screen going to the commentators, hey, yeah, blah 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 blah, yeah, and they're talking, and then it goes to the match, and then it gets mixed better, like between the commentary and the competitor.
I think they tried at one point to do that, but I think they stopped because it started glitching. Like
Yeah,
it was
something.
like
Yeah,
almost dropping
yeah,
the entire thing for it to switch cameras. So they're like, ah,
yeah.
fuck
And
that.
then they were switching out commentators too at times, right?
Yeah.
So that was throwing me off.
Yeah, thinking about it, that's probably something they'll have fixed by two.
Mhm.
It's just, yeah.
Yeah,
Even when I
and then
was
camera angles and lighting. Lighting's another one because when you're doing a
looked cool for
stream,
the intros though. Like it had a
it
cool
it
atmosphere.
did, it did,
Almost
it
like
did.
I like the atmosphere for the intros. It was
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, like I said, I'm not trying to bash it. I guess I'm just throwing out
No,
constructive
no, I agree with you.
criticism, and you know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. I just know if the production just was a little more tight and crisp, like you're talking, then people wouldn't, no one would bitch about the price of the pay-per-view for sure, right? And you could probably get away with a little more money actually, right? That's all.
So,
That's
so
all.
Sean, what was your biggest takeaway from the Mac? Like the entire production, not so much the match, but just like the overall production.
Just the production itself, like how it was run, or like
Yeah,
you mean just the like audio video.
just from your perspective, like being there, not
It
the
was all
video
good. It
side.
was, yeah, it was all perfect. Like,
I think it was actually ran really well. How smoothly everything, other than the couple times they lost the feed, which I don't know exactly what their issue, what happened there, why it took a while to come back.
yeah,
But it's still how quickly things went. There was like no issues with setup. Everything just went just bang bang bang
that
bang
all
bang.
worked. Yeah, it's exactly how we
Just,
planned
and
it.
even the tournament itself, like the only time that there was a slowdown is when the announcer didn't have wasn't able to keep up and just didn't have, hey, there's these two people on deck, and he would be announcing
Yeah, yeah,
this one, and then oh wow, okay, that was done already. Okay, yeah, I need these people, and we'd have to wait for people to come to the table. But if the announcing was on par with the flow, it would have just bang 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 bang,
yeah.
just would have went through so fast.
Yeah, it
There's none
seemed.
of that fighting for a grip at the beginning. It's just get your elbow down, palms together, make sure everything's fair, and then close thumbs, close hands, go.
Yeah, yeah, I like
So
that,
much
and
better.
it looked like it went smooth to plan. It definitely did. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I think yeah, it sounds like the event went smooth. It was set up nice. I liked it. The viewing experience was pretty good. Like I said, I just if it was a little, there's skeptics everywhere, right? You always get like, people that point out everything wrong with something, right? And I normally don't do that, but watching it, there was a little bit of like the matches were great, everything was great, but from a like a I don't know, quality of production, like in the film and just watching it, it just felt a little under for me. But everything else was amazing. But I
Maybe
think
just like a
they
better
just
quality camera
yeah, if
next
they
time.
sharpen up, yeah, if they sharpen up the actual production part of it, like the film, the stream, the with the
Lighting.
commentary and everything, if that gets better, like sky's the limit for
You're
Ian.
basically saying it's so good you want it to look like WAL because it
Yeah,
felt like you were
yes,
having
yes, yes. That was exactly what I'm
a
saying in
fun
a
time.
nutshell.
Like
Boom. Yeah,
I
yeah,
agree with that totally, totally.
yeah,
You can envision it being like so
yeah.
much
I
just
can
from what
envision
we've
it
seen.
so much more. Yeah, exactly.
100%.
Yeah.
I agree. I see it going big places. I like the table looking at stuff. I know Dakota did have that one thing. He had a big bruise here because when he was driving, he was hitting that ridge
On
really
that
hard and just
ridge. Yeah,
crunching his muscle tissue down, trying to come over it.
yeah.
But besides that, I mean, I don't think that'd be an issue for me the way I pull. I think the table would work great for me. I think I'd love
Yes.
that table.
I'd like it too. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. But then
You'd
you
like
would
to come
just think
forward, they
I
were
can,
saying,
you
like
would
Dakota.
just think I can do anything and just,
You just come so much more forward. You just
well,
Pretty
Sean knows.
much.
Sean would know. Yeah. Did you feel like way more freedom on that table?
Oh yeah. Like
Yeah.
I could hit without pretty much thinking about anything
Yeah. Yeah. You're not
other
worried.
than
And I can see
hitting
that.
hard.
Well, see, I can see that bringing out better performances out of the pullers because they're not worried about those little things where they can actually just go all out because they're not thinking,
Yep.
analyzing, going, okay, I got 4 inches. If I go 2, I got to be, you know what I mean? This is just like, I can do this. And they just go,
There's somebody that I think would just be an absolute.
oh,
Joe
sorry.
Barboza.
Oh, yeah, because you know what? Yeah, it would be designed for him because he's constantly got the tiny little pops on the pad. Yeah, his
And
biggest
have a
problem
high
is,
level match.
yep, his problem is fouling out always.
The little bubbles.
Yep. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he'd be a different arm wrestler because even him, he holds back because he knows he has a tendency to foul.
I mean, he's lost matches just because he hits so hard he comes up.
No, he's lost matches too, being overcautious because he knows he has a hard time not fouling, right?
True.
Yeah. Yeah. Guys like that, the entertainment value could just be through the roof with that table, right? For super matches. Like,
Yeah.
I definitely like it. I liked it from the day he designed, like when he first started posting, I wanted one. I praised it. And I could tell that it would open a lot of doors for.
We might get them. We might get them built in Alberta.
Yeah, yeah. You got somebody? Because I almost had somebody, and he said no.
We're gonna try. So we're gonna get the designs from
Ian,
and Josh is gonna talk to Roger.
Oh, okay. I know he can make the good table. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to buy one from him, but he's all the way out in Grand Prairie, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
For Ian to sell him just doesn't make any feasible sense. It'll cost him more in shipping than it's
But
worth,
the thing is,
and he has to buy.
Well, they don't have a portable version of it.
No.
They don't have a portable version of it yet. Everything, all the tables that have been built so far are like one solid unit.
Yeah.
So you would basically have to put it in a giant crate to ship it.
Yeah, and it costs stupid. Yeah.
I think
they don't have one that can be taken down yet.
Well, see, because now listen, for how much I like that table, I don't want to use it in our tournaments though. But I would look at maybe using it as a super match thing.
Oh.
But I just don't see, I don't know. I still see arm wrestling being a little more strict as far as tournaments go, because you get guys here that only pulled on that table and now they get to go somewhere else in the world and they got to pull. Like, I don't want to do that to our arm wrestlers. You know what I mean? But as a super match format, that table rocks.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But in a tournament, I still agree with traditional tables in tournaments.
I mean, if it catches on big time, you could literally do a Mac table tournament if it catches on that big. Right?
Yeah, you definitely could. But I don't know if it would do any overall, like it would be the most just thing to do to the pullers, though. If they got too used to pulling all the time on a Mac table, it would affect them.
We're already going to have a Mac event in the West.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The way I see it, he's had enough time on
number. It might be either number 2, 3, or 4. I think is what he said.
Okay.
But one of them is coming out west.
Yeah. I know his interest was high. I know it was. And actually, if it wasn't for all the things I'm doing right now, I would have gladly been his Western rep because I think he's going to do good things. I'm spread too thin as it is. Yeah. But I'm sure he'll pick.
I explained that. I actually explained that to him. He was trying.
Yeah.
I told him about the Spirit Award you're getting and why you're getting it. And he's like, oh, wow, okay. I didn't realize she was that involved in everything. Like, okay, I understand why he can't do that now.
That's good, because he looked a little butthurt. Yeah. Thank you. Because he's a nice guy. I'd love to work with Ian, but it's just, yeah. But you know what? It could be good down the road, because if me and Ronnie, if our ideas work out and his ideas work out, there's no reason, there's no reason we can't.
You guys might be the first league to incorporate Mac tables into a Mac league. Maybe you do like a Mac table league. It's a whole separate league, not league, sorry, but whole separate entity.
Well, it could be
Macfinity.
Macfinity.
No, I don't. Well, we'll see. You never know what the future brings. But I think that even Ian said himself with that table, maybe he calls it something totally different, right?
Totally,
If
totally.
people really want to make a big deal about it, right? So
Maybe he calls it.
I think it's still arm wrestling to me.
Yeah, it's always going to
yeah,
be
it's
arm
still
wrestling.
arm wrestling. Yeah,
Maybe he'll just call it. I'm trying to think. His freedom is like what he's trying to incorporate it more. So you could maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
No matter what you call it, yeah, it's still arm wrestling.
It's cool still. It's cool. Yeah,
I like the mag tables though. I think that's really cool what he's doing with it. I like how he's not just. I like innovation in anything. I mean, just because someone made a table and they're like, yeah, that's it, doesn't mean it's perfect. I
yeah.
like how he's also going and making a whole different table with a different incline just to test it to see how it pulls, how it is, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I had a question. You know what? Because Sean, I'm kind of guilty. I missed a few matches. How did that Ray Delton Delmore's match go?
You're asking me about memory?
You were there. Yeah,
It was fun. Uh, which guy?
I think his name was Ray Dalton Delmore. Yeah. The guy that I was gonna pull and I backed out because I couldn't do it. I couldn't
Who
go.
did he end up pulling?
Oh shit. I don't know. I don't remember. I know someone got the match though. Yeah.
Was it Tim Lewis? Did he pull Tim?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. He wasn't him that pulled Tim Lewis. Whoever pulled Tim Lewis whooped him though.
Oh yeah.
That was bad. That was a whooping. Yep. Yep. Yeah, Tim Lewis. Yeah, but it looked like he's got such a short arm, Tim Lewis.
It looked like a leverage disadvantage for sure.
Yeah, it looked like a leverage. Yeah,
Because
totally.
if you really like to drag, like I don't know if he likes to drag, but if he really likes to drag, it's not good to start like this.
Oh,
if you want to drag, you want to be more cupped and dragging back more. You don't want to be. You can't really drag. Can't engage your lat when you're fully posted. Like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah.
Tim Lewis is the one that was doing the draw sheet,
Okay.
and he put himself in Dakota first round.
Really?
Left hand. Yeah.
And how did it go?
Dakota actually did pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Dakota got a slight jump on him.
Yeah. Then he got his hooks in. Yeah.
And but it wasn't quick though. Like Dakota, it looked like he was gonna do like a Joe Fox kind of like rebound where he goes back and then bam,
drives.
He did it really slow. He started coming up. His face wasn't red. He wasn't like shaking. So I'm like, okay, he's actually gonna do something here. He's about to reverse them. And it just kept going. And then he waited too long, and then it just kept going.
Yeah, little pit bull. Yeah. Yeah.
But it was he did pretty good.
Yeah, that's good.
Tim didn't just fucking run over him. Tim had to really try.
Yeah. Well, he's learning.
He had
using his lever.
Foot up. He was driving. He was everything, and just like slowly diesel powered him.
Yeah. Well, he is just a little diesel. That's him. Yeah. Well, that's I'm sure a learning lesson too, right? You know.
Oh yeah.
Now, next time Dakota gets him there, he might be coming in more with his shoulder and just boom and pinning that shit, right? So, yeah. I know.
Dakota just needs to refine a couple things, and he'll be.
Oh, he's well
on his way. He's doing
yeah.
He's very gifted in leverage and hand as well.
His hand always feels pretty good.
He's got
his arm starting to catch up now a bit
ahead of him.
Yeah. I think that was his problem before. He had a lot of hand and his arm just didn't have
as much.
Now his arm, now he's starting to get the power to go with the hand, right? So yeah. I remember I used to be able to hold him and I didn't really feel him. And then it was like 6 months ago now, last time I was holding him, but I was like, oh, I feel you. Like, you know what I mean? It was
damn.
Yeah, like I could feel his arm's definitely coming. So yeah.
Sean, are you going to Calgary for practice tomorrow? Ali wants to know.
Well, he wants you to go.
Oh.
Where are you working right now?
Probably not. I'm on days off though.
Yeah.
Probably not. My arms are pretty trash still.
Yeah, I bet. Did you go last night?
Yep.
Yeah.
Didn't go hard or anything, but
just got some blood in there and shit. I got to learn that. Yeah, I'm still learning.
It was actually a pretty good practice. Quite a few people there last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good
Wanted to
practice.
go.
I had fun.
Yeah, I wanted to go.
At least telling you to come, just go light.
Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna try to get I'm trading my car, so I was gonna try to get the guy to meet me there, but he wants me
Hey,
to go to Edmonton. So
I found out you don't need a bike license to drive a bike. You seem to be driving with someone who has a bike license because that's how you learn. You just need your full license.
Yeah.
really?
You and your son, Brian,
Yeah,
can drive.
there's no learner's bike.
Yeah,
Oh
There's no
no?
learners for bike.
Oh, I thought you
you and
did have
your
that.
son can go riding
Oh,
as long as he
yeah,
has
good.
his
My son's got his full bike license.
yeah. As long as he has his full license, you can go with your driver's license with him. Yeah, you're good to go.
Oh, maybe I'll get it. Maybe I'll trade for a Harley. Guy offered me a Harley for my car.
That's what I was. When Dakota told me that, I'm like, oh shit, I'll
Your
tell
car's
Brian.
worth, unless
Because
it's like a really nice Harley, your car's worth more than a Harley.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These cars-
Oh, I
Don't
do.
ever sell that car.
I know it's off topic, guys. We're on the pod, but I do have a guy offered me an 83 Camaro, just rebuilt, brand new motor dropped in, and the body's mint. It's wrapped. It looks pretty nice. Pretty nice. I'm not really into the older cars, but it looks pretty nice. Yeah, I don't know. I might trade them. Yeah, I might drive a muscle car for a little bit.
What engine's in it?
It's just got the 350, but it's got some mods, and he's trying to go all original, but he rebuilt everything brand new. So what I might do is take out the carburation, put in fuel injection, and then supercharge it.
Supercharger. Yeah.
Make it a monster.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I already started planning it out. I'm like, okay, yeah, the fuel injection's gonna go in, carburetion's coming out. I don't care about stock. I don't give a fuck. I want power.
How you want it to be powerful?
Yeah, yeah. It's a brand new engine, just like brand new. So I'm like, yeah,
Perfect time to supercharge,
perfect
man.
time to supercharge it. Yeah, you don't want to wait for that shit.
With that older muscle car, I don't know like the type of driving you'd like to do, but with the car that you have,
it's
not going to compare.
Yeah,
the steering isn't going to be near the same.
No, that's true too.
You're going to be fucking.
It'll be a boat.
Yeah.
You're going from a jet ski to a boat.
Yeah. Well, I drive my car pretty crazy. Yeah, and I have my Integra's done. So
that's what I said. If you drive that the way you drive your current car, you're not gonna like it.
No. Yeah. No, the Integra's done too. So I just got to do the break-in on the motor, and I'm gonna tune it probably about 450 horsepower at the wheels.
Nice.
She's gonna
That's
go.
A lot for an Integra.
She's 2,600 pounds. Yeah. So that car.
Dude, that's like 6.2 pounds of weight per horsepower. That's it.
It's pretty crazy.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, and another thing is the engine's built like it's done. Like I did everything. I got Manley rods, Wiseco pistons. I got I done everything to everything. The head I just had rebuilt, the block just brand new. Everything's brand new. I got 34 kilometers on it. So I just got to do a 500K break-in.
Yeah.
And then I'm dyno tuning it. It's built for 600, but I can't handle it. I got to change a bunch of stuff if I wanted to run at that speed.
Well, you want to keep the car driving for a while.
Yeah, I want to be.
I want to fucking hit the dinger every day going 600.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be fun.
Yeah.
That's what you get a cheap Civic for, though, and then you just fucking woo.
Yeah. Well, this is not the Type R; it's the GSR. So, but yeah,
it's a whole different car now.
It's a different car, yeah. And I bored out the cylinders, so
nice.
It was not big; it was 0.04 bore.
Okay.
So, but it gave me, I think it made it to like a 2.2, I think. So it's supposed to be 1.8. Now it's like a 2.2.
Hey, boring out to a 2.2 is pretty sick. Most people stroke it, but I don't know if there's any room to stroke it on that thing.
Mine's bored. I know it. It says it on my invoice. So
bore gives you more torque, I believe.
Yeah. So, and I got a Megan Racing stabilizer kit in the front, so that way I don't get any torque steer. Because I was after 300 horse, I was starting to get torque steer.
Well, front wheel drive, and is it limited slip or?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, 300, it's gonna be one tire firing every time at that rate. As soon as you start.
I was just to hold it straight was tough. Like
because your right tire probably wasn't firing at all. You were just driving with one tire because it was cutting out.
Oh, it was crazy. Yeah, but we'll see. I changed the transmission. I got an LS in there now, so
Oh my God.
It's gonna be sick. Yeah. Anyway, enough about that. Arm wrestling. I know,
That's how you get into arm wrestling. You got to drive to arm wrestling, right? Yeah.
Well, I think if you're an arm wrestler, you need a powerful car.
I
A
agree
lot
with
of
you, man.
horsepower.
I got a 1.8 Civic. Got
Mm-hmm.
about 140 horse.
Yeah, but hey, you throw a turbo on there. Yeah, you can
Got
run.
like
You can.
185 with a turbo.
Which motor is it? Is it the B8, B16 or the B18? Do you know?
B18.
B18.
Yeah.
If it's the B1, it's low compression. You can go 14 pounds of boost all day long.
God.
Yeah,
I was
take you
thinking
up to
like
300. It'd take you up to about 300 horse.
that'd be crazy. That'd be fun. That'd be fun. But
Yeah.
it's not a standard, so there'd be no point. It's automatic.
Oh
So I
yeah.
mean,
I blew a few B18 motors.
well, if it's
I,
automatic, dude, it's gonna be downshift at the wrong times. Fucking.
I'll wait till I go put my all-wheel drive in it next year. Oh yeah.
There you go.
I'm gonna do a CRV conversion.
I don't know if I want to take a ride in it, but
Yeah, then I'll go 600. If it's all-wheel drive, I'll go 600.
oh yeah. Well, I've been in Alex's Corvette, and that thing, I think that thing, holy fuck, that thing must have like 600, maybe more. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Supercharged LS2, I think. So I mean,
Yeah.
that'll do it.
Yeah, we'll do it. Yeah, we'll do it. So what other events? So we got an event coming up. I guess Fraser Benoit's event. Yeah.
Yep, in Black Falls.
Yeah.
Who's?
Yeah, some Fraser Benoit guy. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see. He's got some championship matches. So we'll see. I'd like to see the results of them.
We got a couple of guys from our new guys from our club are going to be going there to that tournament for the first tournament. Dagan and oh man, uh, Sean. He was there last night. I'm forgetting his name. He's with Dagan.
Oh,
Sean's bad with names too. Shit.
I know.
I'm just memory in general. Word, yeah, but names.
I forgot his name. I feel bad, but
I know who you're talking about.
yeah. Anyway, they're both going, so good luck for them. Hopefully, they have a good time.
Yep. I wish them luck. I hope they kick ass and represent.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice that there's close tournaments. I mean, it is.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You got Leia Cornerson is against something Pickering. What's her name again?
Mark's niece.
Yeah. I'm trying to
Peyton?
Peyton.
Peyton.
Yeah. That might be, you know what? That might be a good match.
Arlen. Was it?
I'd like to say Leia's gonna crush her, but Peyton's really looking pretty good.
I think Leia's gonna crush her.
From what I saw,
probably.
I saw Peyton pull at the I think she was at the qualifiers, correct?
No, only Leia was at the qualifier.
Okay, well, I saw Peyton pull. Then it was Mayhem, or it was sometime just before the qualifiers. But she looked pretty good. But I'm pretty sure her and Leia pulled, and Leia beat her. But I do think she did stop Leia, though. I think it was like I can't remember, but I think they did pull at Mayhem.
Leia was looking good at Provincials.
Oh yeah,
really crisp. Oh yeah.
She only lost to the number one. Oh geez, she's really good. Christine Flicka.
Oh, Christy Flicka. Yeah. She's a tough girl though. She's
really good. 100%. She showed up. She performed. Boom! Just such a crazy pronated cup, man. I was impressed.
I don't know if she's a power lifter too, but she's pretty built. She's a built one. Yeah.
Very fundamental. Very fundamental.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, the Jeremy Ambrin. She stopped Christy Flicka. She did really good. They had a match and they stopped right in the middle. And then what's that?
Really?
Yeah, not lying. Ambrin stopped her. Yeah, stopped her dead.
Mega impressive.
No, Christy had to parallel pin her in the center of the table with a press. It was like a press. Yeah.
Oh, it was a press.
I'm not lying. Go look at the tape.
That's crazy. Good, really good for Ambrin. She did a really good.
I believe it. That's super impressive.
Oh, it blew me away. I was like, "Go, Ambrin!" I thought she.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, she did. She gave her problems. Yeah, it was pretty interesting.
I definitely think Amberin is the ranking she's at right now
gonna
is
go like
definitely
this. Yep.
showing her ability.
Yep. Yep. She's looking really good. Like I give her another year or two and she's gonna be one of the top females, like no matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's pretty she's I don't know, but I mean she must be getting close there now.
Yeah.
Like I'm not sure what the rankings are looking, but overall she's definitely top 10, I'd say.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, after provincials, I think she is anyway.
Oh yeah, well that's what I mean. Yeah, with
Yeah.
provincials, and I'm talking overall. Yeah, I think she's really really good.
Yep.
Good trainer. She got a ref as a father, so
yeah, Jeremy's becoming a great ref. Yeah,
not like on the table helps. I mean, like it just helps like training, not like he's not biased. I'm pretty sure he was fouling.
He was smart though. He didn't compete. I should have did what he did. And then he was regretting it afterwards.
Well, you want to, dude, imagine going to a tournament and I've been there just standing there all day like, man, I wish I competed.
Well, listen, I'm gonna from now on though, I ain't gonna compete when I'm ref. I'm just gonna ref. Yeah. Honestly, it affects me. It affects me. Some guys, I can see some it wouldn't affect them, but me, it does. It does. It's like night and day. I can't get the mind. I have no adrenaline when I hit the table when I'm reffing.
Me too. I get really nervous. Well, I start sometimes getting nervous, but as soon as I touch the table, I go blank.
Yeah.
It's like I'm at practice. I'm just relaxing.
The only time I ever had good adrenaline is when I went up against Chris at Sean's event.
Yeah.
My adrenaline was like, I was so strong that day though, and I was hurt still. My back was killing me, but I wanted the match so bad. And then you go, hey, it was like Wednesday. He's like, so you're gonna pull the Chris on Saturday then? I'm like, what? I thought I couldn't. You said no, right? Because you didn't want Red Deer versus Red Deer, right? So I was like, oh, yeah. And then when he said that to me, I go, oh no, I was gonna train for a month and a half. You know what I mean? I was so scared. Well, yeah, the day came and I was ready to puke. I'm out in the field and I swear I was so nervous I was gonna throw up. Yeah. Chris helped me. Yeah, he lit some fire. Matt helped me actually, because Matt always says, "Man, you got to go to a dark fucking place, man. Just go dark. Just picture the worst shit." I'm like, started picturing shit, and then I seen him leaning on the. He was like this, laughing, ha ha ha, and I'm sitting there ready to puke, and I'm like, "Oh, you think I'm a fucking bitch?" I'm like, "I'll show you, fucking bitch." Yeah, I'm like, "Oh, I'm a bitch." I'm a bitch, motherfucker. And I was like, I was like, oh, let's go. And then he hit on me. I was like, nope, ain't moving. I was gonna, oh yeah, but I couldn't breathe. So I bought a new mouthpiece that you can breathe through.
Yeah, I watched your podcast with Cody.
Yeah, that's actually
works good, eh?
Get one. I'm not lying, especially you, because you're like you'd love it. I guarantee you, it'd give you 2%, 3%.
I have a mouthpiece. I've never used it though.
It works.
I bought one though.
I promise it works. It's proven in the powerlifting community. It's proven it works. So it's something to do with your central nervous system. So it just allows you to get that extra little, like maximize your strength. So, yeah, it'd be good to try out. I mean, Ron Bath uses it. He doesn't just do it for nothing. Like, you know, and there's a few other guys. I thought I seen Hutchings.
Todd Hutchins uses one. Alan Ford uses one.
Yeah, yeah. And I did notice a difference for me too. Normally, when I put the mouthpiece in, it just gives me that extra. You know, just a slam. Yeah. So interesting. Now, I don't know. I'm trying to think here. If there's any other events going on, it seems like me and Ronald are gonna have to work on to get an announcement out pretty damn quick. So there'll be some news probably for next week. Yeah, we'll try to local. Yeah, well, yeah.
The next thing I'm probably going to is the East vs. West Challenger Series.
Yeah, that's June 15th.
June 24th?
Or was it
15th?
Yeah, 15th.
Okay, sorry, they're doing super matches the 24th.
No, it's the 15th. The super.
No, Challenger Series is the super matches.
Yeah.
What's happening June 24th?
That's East versus West 14.
Oh, dude, I have so many different.
That's a different thing entirely.
Dude, I thought it was June 24th this whole time.
No, No,
No,
Challenger
and then
Series looks looking good.
the East versus West event in Florida is in August. I think it's August.
Yeah,
10th
that's
or 11th
August.
or something like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's gonna be huge. You know what my dream is to have one here. So
Oh, yeah,
that's my dream.
that'd
Yeah.
be sweet.
That'd be awesome.
Oh, it'd be sweet. It would definitely be sweet, and I think it could happen eventually. I think that the first step was North America, Florida, and see how they do, and then hopefully if Canada does get it, we can impress them enough that it comes to here, right? I mean, it does make
That'd be
sense
awesome.
kind of to hold it near Niagara, like you know what I mean. But we're a central hub. I mean, we got the two airports
Yeah.
we have Edmonton Airport, Calgary Airport. I mean,
Mhm.
it does make kind of sense, right? So
Makes sense. Yeah, I think so.
yeah, I think it'd be good. And that challenge. So what's the other guy's name, Sean? What is it? Something Brock.
Wilton Brock.
Wilson Brock. Okay, yeah. Last night I didn't.
Yeah.
He just said Brock when I looked him up. I didn't know who he was. Yeah.
No, he's a really really good puller.
Yeah.
He's been out of the game, well, just out of the big stage for a little while, but he was apparently back in the WAL days. He was a pretty big threat on the left arm.
Okay.
Had some wars with Devin and like
Okay, so
top guy.
no joke then. That's
Nope.
good. So
And
Matt
I was
got
watching, I can't remember where the podcast was, whose channel, but Doug Elrich was talking.
yeah.
I think they trained together,
Yeah,
or he knows him, or whatever.
yeah.
Was saying that he is in like his new prime, better than he ever was, and his left is really good right now.
Yeah. Cody was saying he's
Oh.
strong. Yeah, Cody was saying he's a strong guy.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Yeah.
He's very side pressure dominant.
That's what he said. Yeah, slam sideways.
So he likes to just kind of punch sideways with some back at the start.
Yeah, that's me.
But yeah.
Yeah, I know that style. I'm gonna working on it. I'm working on it. Well, right on.
But
Well, Sean, freaking, I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah.
Whatever you match. I mean,
Well, okay. Well, we'll see. Challenger Series, June 15th. I'll be watching it. I'll be watching it. And one thing we didn't do, Zach, and people in the chat, just so you know, I want to do a giveaway. So what we're gonna do, and we'll do it for sure next week. So everyone listening, hold us to it. We're gonna ask a question from a previous podcast. And basically the first one in the comments after the video wins whatever the prize is. And then
after the video, not during the live chat?
No, it has to be after the video.
It has to be after the live.
After the live.
Because it'll be at the end of the live, probably. Yeah. Like kind of like we could ask one now, I guess. We just don't have it set up
okay.
We could. Yeah, we could. But I don't have the question in my head.
Yeah.
So basically, if you didn't watch the podcast, you're gonna have to go back and watch some podcasts to know the answer. Yeah, promotion. No. But yeah, it's gonna be. I got four hats that we're gonna be giving away to start out, and then we're gonna move on to handles. So anyway, just something anyway, and I'll be covering the cost of the shipping right now. So as long as you don't live in Thailand, you're good. So yeah. But anyway, well, we have been on here for a while. We could probably talk for another 3 hours, the same shit. So I guess we can end it. Thanks for being on, Sean. We always appreciate it. And, everyone have a good night. Thanks for watching, and remind us if we forget, remind us we have to ask the question next podcast. Okay.
100%.
Okay. Have a good night.